Hello guys, it's Black Rat from 287 and welcome to the channel. So today the topic of the video gonna be the combos for the Sx18. They came out since I guess 1 week, so it's gonna be the same as usual. We're gonna do a review about the combo made by Valaski in roeacademy. So for those who already saw this list, I'm going to try to explain a little bit few things for those who are discovering. So we're going to discover together, actually not, because I already saw the list, but you guys are going to discover here on the video. So we're going to today start with the infantry. So we're going to do the list made with the skins and the paid heroes, and then we're gonna go to the list made with only free-to-play heroes. So we're gonna do this video in 2 parts like the last time. So we're gonna start, as I say, with infantry, and this is gonna be very painful, very painful. It's a joke. Okay, so this is gonna be kinda, I'm not gonna really explain things, you're gonna understand why. So we're gonna start with the top 10. We have the hunk. So here, of course, all the heroes have the skins if they have skins. So we have the hunk, the bleeding steed, and Alexander. Yeah, Alexander, oh my god. This Alexander is a pain in the ass, really a pain in the ass. This hero is really broken, so broken. I'm gonna tell you what happened to me this season because it was actually very funny. We are facing a very strong team called D2K. There's one guy, I guess he's maxed, so he's really strong, okay, and he had himself on a tile reinforcing attack this tile, but I know that he was there, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna send my 4 legions to attack this tile, because obviously to kill him, just 1 legion, you're gonna really need that. So I sent all my legions. I lost all my fights. I was like, well, okay, not surprised, those guys are really OP. So then I went to watch the report, and when I saw the report, I really laughed, because in the tile he only had 1 hero alive. Okay, so only 1 hero and 1 row of soldiers. It was only Alexander, and Alexander was like around 50k troops, so really low. And my 4 legions, guys, my 4 legions lost against Alexander alone with 50k troops. Just so you understand, this hero is really OP, and especially with those OP castles who played it, because obviously he's so expensive that only the really top castles have it, strong castles. So just to tell you, oh, this is really OP. So the Hank beating steed, Alexander, it's really not the best combo for Alexander that I saw. Not really important that we're gonna talk. It's the same legion that we were playing with Hunk, Bleeding, and Cow, but of course Alexander OP as hell. And now let's go to top 9. King Archer, Healer, Bleeding Steed. King Archer really OP, we know that, with Healer and Bleeding Steed, so a lot of healing for him, and he's gonna do the damage. Then we go for top 8, we have King Archer and Bleeding Steed and Alexander. So you will see that it's gonna turn around about all the same heroes all the time, just 1 hero gonna be there and another there, but it's gonna be almost the same heroes in this list, you can see. So nothing really to explain, just OP heroes together. And then top 7, Alexander, Bleeding Steed, and Cleopatra. Well, here this legion is based on the confusion, because Bleeding Steed and Cleopatra are confusion heroes, so they're gonna be probably more interesting to play this against those big damage legions. Confusion is very strong against them. Then we have top 6, King Archer, Hellfire, and Bleeding Seed. We saw actually Hellfire coming out a lot now in the top lists. I don't know if he got a sneaky buff or something, but suddenly is really doing good, which is weird. So we're gonna see it a lot actually this season. So we have King Archer, Hellfire, Bleeding Steed. It's really defensive, Hellfire, Bleeding Steed, and then King Archer doing all damage. Nothing really to explain. Then we have top 5, Alexander, Bleeding Steed, and Healer. So it's the same as we had in top 9 with King Archer, 2 big healers with Alexander. Alexander is OP, blah 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 blah. Then we have top 4, King Archer, Hellfire, and Alexander, another variant. As I say, we're gonna use all the same heroes in this list and put them together here and here and here. So, okay, top 3, Alexander, Hellfire, and Cleopatra. Why not? Why not? Then top 2, King Archer, Alexander, and Healer. So the 2 guys really strong again together with Healer. In top 4 we have it with Hellfire. As I say, you can put them with everything, it's gonna be strong. And the top 1. So this actually, for me, it's really the best legion in the game actually. Really the top 1 legion from all the legions, because this legion is so OP. Alexander, Hellfire, and Healer. I'm really, for me it's really hopeless, because this legion is absolutely a beast, and really we didn't really found any good counter for this. It's just super strong and smashing everything. Obviously you're gonna tell me that the guys who have Alexander, and it's true, are always guys who spend a lot. So they already have strong castles, so obviously it's going to be strong. But really, Alexander, it's no sense. It's really no sense. Even the Legion with Arslan, Scarlet Healer, was very, very strong with those OP castles. But you could still counter it with some Legions, so doesn't mean that you're going to beat them. But you're going to hurt them, like, you're going to hurt them a bit, and you could really beat them. But really, this Legion with medium players attacking this Legion on a tile, I think even 10 hits from a medium castle not gonna break it. It's really no sense. It's really no sense. This Legion is no sense. I'm not gonna explain much those Legions, because I'm not really interested of those, because I'm never gonna buy those heroes. I'm never gonna play this, and it's like no sense try to counter all those Legions right here, because obviously you're gonna lose. Those castles who have those heroes gonna be super strong, and even more with them. So there's really nothing to do against those Legions, especially those Alexander, Hellfire, Healer. It's no sense. So I'm not gonna lose time with this. It's really hopeless. This hero really breaks the meta. I'm really disappointed with what they made with him. So let's now try to have a look on the free-to-play list right now. And here we go. Now we are back to the free-to-play list for Infantry. And as you can see, there's actually not really changes considering the free-to-play Infantry list about the last season. So I'm gonna still have a look. Of course, obviously, you can see it's still Arslan who's dominating the meta for free-to-play. Like, it's Arslan with this or Arslan with that. It's gonna be always Arslan. Arslan is really strong, so he's still strong. We're gonna see, so the top 10, Arslan, Pepin, and Scarlet. I don't like this Legion. I really don't, but why not? It's top 10. Then we have top 9, Arslan, Clovis, Healer. So we already saw this Legion also. It's gonna be like an alternative if you don't have Scarlet, and if you don't have the other good heroes there, you can put Clovis, but really, it's bad. Then top 8. I guess this Legion was not there. but now it is. So we have Ashoka, Clovis, and the King Knut. To be honest, I don't know what this is doing here, because Ashoka is really not a good hero, and I tried it and I really hated it, so forget this. Really forget this. I'm gonna be more focusing on the legions who are really worth to be played, because this is there, but it's definitely not a good legion to play, so forget this. Just forget this. Then we have top 7. We have the Hunk, Cow, and King Knut. I think this legion was not... I think it was not there last season, but it's the same. Really not worth it. This legion not worth it. It's not that strong. We're gonna see that it's gonna be interesting maybe for the top 4, but the rest is really not that great. So in the top 6 we have Arslan, Bleeding Steed, and Scarlet. So Bleeding, who is replacing healer, so it's really the case if you don't have healer. You can put Bleeding Steed, but it's not great. I think really Arslan needs really healer to be really good. Without healer, it's not worth it. So top 5 we have Arslan, Scarlet, King Knut. So it's the same legion that top 6, but we replace Bleeding Steed with King Knut. Also for me not really interesting, as I said, if you don't have healer. And then we come for the top 4, and the top 4 going to be the same legion, but one hero going to be changing. So we have Arslan, King Knut, and healer. Not a fan. I'm not a fan, but still better than the ones after it, because at least you have healer. So the most important in the legion Arslan is to have healer actually. The rest in the middle, it's not that much important. Not gonna be a big difference. And then it's gonna be the same actually from the last season video. Top 3 Arslan, Hellfire healer. Top 2 Arslan, Bleeding Steel healer. And top 1 Arslan, Scarlet healer. So for free-to-play players, Arslan Scarlet healer is still the best legion to play as an infantry. But to be honest, since this season I really saw the difference. Like, the legion is not as strong as it was before. It's still okay, but it's really not great like it was before. And especially now, those guys with Alexander will smash it really easily. So for me, this season now, it's really not a good season for free-to-play players to play infantry, because really the top 1 infantry is not that great as it was before. So I really think for the small spenders and free-to-play that you guys need to focus on another type of troop. Me, I was really focusing on infantry actually. So it was really good. Arslan was really strong, but now this season I saw the difference. Really, my Arslan was losing so much. So I started to switch my focusing on type of troops, and we will discover with other videos what is the more interesting type of troops to play now this season. So for this video, I think we are done. Actually, there's nothing that important to say, just to say that the infantry is killing the meta, but not for free-to-plays. It's really Alexander who is doing his job on infantry and who's smashing everything. And now for us free-to-play, it's not that interesting to play infantry for now. So I see you soon for the next video, and peace out.